C.S. Lewis was not as conservative as you think. Also, my name is Jonathan Duckett. Hey, gang. I am a licensed mental health counselor here in Florida, and I also hold a Master's of Divinity. I have many years of experience in Christian ministry and in conservative Christian education. I was an evangelical Christian studying to be a pastor for a long time. I now identify as more of like an ex-evangelical, but still identifying as a Christian. C.S. Lewis is one of my favorite authors. This is a very underrated and much underread book, series of books, really. And actually, I hate this title, the Space Trilogy. I'll probably do another video about why. But I want to read you guys a quick, a quick little passage here that might challenge some folks, because Lewis. So just to give you a quick primer, this is a science fiction trilogy. I'm not going to go into all of the detail, but what you want to know is in the third book specifically, That Hideous Strength, there is a section where Lewis writes that there are these gods that are really more like archangels. They have a lot of sort of equivocation to maybe J.R.R. Tolkien's pantheon of deities that are kind of archangels as well. Anyway, these gods that match up roughly to the planets in our solar system, they descend onto a specific house in England. And I want to read to you guys a short passage from that chapter. It's one of my favorite chapters that Lewis wrote, but it's, I think, maybe a little challenging. Let me read it to you. The three gods who had already met in the Blue Room were less unlike humanity than the two whom they still awaited. In Veritrilbia and Venus and Malacandra, which are Mercury, Venus, and Mars, were represented those two of the seven genders. Genders is capitalized, which bear a certain analogy to the biological sexes and can therefore be in some measure understood by men. It would not be so with those who were now preparing to descend. These also undoubtless had their genders, but we have no clue to them. These would have been mightier energies, ancient Eldials, steersmen of giant worlds, which have never from the beginning been subdued to the sweet humiliations of organic life. This is science fiction, to be clear. And also, C.S. Lewis was a big gender guy. Let's be clear about that, too. He loved gender. He loved, and I think that here he's doing something that a lot of folks would find problematic, which is to take gender and make it about the physical and not something else. But at the same time, he still says, hey, there are like more genders out there than just male and female. And again, you might say, well, this is science fiction. He's pretending, he's, making things up. Granted. And yet, at the same time, to him, gender is not so sacred as to not imagine things wider and bigger than just our limited view. I think that conservative Christians would probably find that very difficult, especially given the immense, complicated discussion that our culture is having about gender right now. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.